Alright, we're going to do a nice, quick, and hopefully smooth run of Naxx 25-man Raphael Lich King. Let's start forming the raid. So I have this pretty cool add-on now, which is, I don't know if it's new per se, but new to me at least. And it lists all your bots, which is quite cool. And then you can organize your different raids. So I have like a 10-man team, and this is my 25-man team. So let's invite this. And this is going to be my team. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it does the job. And most of the raid is severely undergeared, which in a way, for the purpose of this video, I guess is useful in a way because it shows that Naxx 25-man can be done with barely any gear. So I guess let's just take a look at some of these people. Like, look how bad their gear is. It's pretty shocking. However, with the maintenance command that's on this specific realm, it does at least give you full enchants and gems, which is good. So that gives a bit of a helping hand. Okay, this is my team. Let's get them on follow and let's crack on. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. We'll start with the Arachnid Quarter. Why not? Okay. I'm more or less gonna just let the bots do everything and not do too much. I like to set my main tank. There we go. And let's just okay, we have Shamans popping heroism. We're off to a great start. We don't want that, so I'll fix that in a moment. Nice. Might as well make the most out of heroism. Cool, everything. Okay, let's see who's got heroism then. Oh, it's not you. Looks like it's you. So why is yours not saving? So what do I do? Let's find out what the spell ID for heroism is that, and then we want to do SS plus, and then the spell ID. Now, no one should be popping heroism for the remainder of this raid, and I will do it manually with a macro. Anyway, first boss is pretty straightforward, really. There's nothing much to this one. So,
difficult to choose.
Start.
Yes. Makes the blood.
You might notice that my rotation seems a bit strange for that's because this server that we're on, which I play on, has double talent points. So some classes can become pretty OP. However, the DPS isn't too crazy. Right? I think this is more or less in line with what standard class DPS would be. Not me, obviously. I mean, I'm miles ahead, but for the rest of the bots, it's more or less in line, like 4k. That's pretty typical for Naxx 25, man, I want to say. Like we might even phase in before Locust. Good. So nice and easy. However, if you do get Locust Swarm, then it's pretty simple. You just go run back to the middle. Your bot should go there anyway, automatically. And then just don't get hit by Locust Swarm, and then you go back and finish him off once it's done. Okay, what we got? Also, another cool thing about this add-on is that somewhere in here, here we go. Perfect. See how I can look at their items. So my paladin wants his gloves. Where are his hands? I mean, I'm not gonna give them to you. I'll let them fight for that. Whoever wins it. Congrats to my mage. Same here, really. Honestly, don't really care who it goes to. Rings. Don't really care. My paladin got the greedy. Congratulations. Okay, let's continue. My gear is not even too crazy either, to be honest with you. That's a lie, it's pretty good. I still have the odd piece here and there. Bloodfang braces. Wow. How on earth do I have those still? Okay, let's just pull all these.
You are acolytes of the Master now, and you will submit without question.
This boss can get a little bit dicey because the bots are not programmed to keep any of the adds alive, so they will literally just destroy everything on pull. And obviously the normal mechanics of this boss is that when she frenzies, you are supposed to get one of the adds, mind control with a priest, and dispel. However, we can't quite do that very easily. So we just have to just surrogate essentially and hope for the best. But it's not too bad. Yes, she does a lot of damage when she frenzies, but should be able to heal through it. Unfortunately, we do not have heroism still, so it is what it is. We'll just see how it goes. Once these bots have finished looting all this crap, we'll start. Okay, I'm going to just mark
Slay them in the Master's name.
and then let's crack on. Nothing too crazy yet. So we are the AoE. Gonna frenzy it soon, I believe. Yeah, they're pretty close to us. There we go, now she's doing damage. The tank might die, but in this case it did not, and we did it just fine. Okay. So, that might be good. Okay. Don't know why this paladin keeps wanting that gear over the tier piece, but oh well. Our next boss is the big spider. skip a lot of this trash, speed things up a little bit. It's a bit OP how Vanish has no cooldowns, but as you can see I have double talents everywhere, so it's quite the insane build, that's for sure. Now I'm hoping that the pets don't pull absolutely everything, because I'm pretty sure their pets are not here. Oh they are, okay, that's good. Okay, we have heroism for this boss, which is good. I don't think anyone's going to do that. Okay, nice and simple. Again, just completely blast it. This time we'll pop it. If you get encased with the oh wow, there you go, as I say it, then you can technically just get your bots to free you and then straight back in. So it's not too bad. Yes, the boss does do a lot of damage this phase, but you just have to pray that your healer's got some heal over times on them and then keeps them alive, but most of the time it's pretty good. Nothing too challenging with this boss. Okay, see how the tank died there, not great. Yeah.
Who dares violate the sanctity of my domain? All who trespass here are doomed.
Let's do the Plague Core next. That was pretty easy. Okay, let's take that. Take all of this. Okay, this boss is pretty easy. Nothing special really happens. You really can't fail this one. Okay. Okay. Now the next boss is a bit broken now with the latest AzerothCore changes. It used to be very, very easy. Now it's a bit more tricky, but still doable. Personally, I would wait 3 minutes for heroism to come back because I would say you do kind of need it on this one. But because I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, we're not going to use it. We're just going to see what happens. And if we die, we die. We go again. Okay, so everyone's back. Let's get everyone to drink. And then let's just go. So essentially, you just ignore everything and you just pray that your healers can out-heal them. Because now they no longer dodge the dance as you're supposed to. I don't know what happened, but the changes to AzerothCore kind of broken that. So now you just zerg it and hope for the best. And you want to try and do as much damage as possible. That's why I typically would prefer that. Because as soon as he teleports, that's when it gets really dicey. You don't want to be in that bit too long. If you can kill him as fast as possible, then it makes your life a lot easier. So if your gear is worse than mine, which already is pretty bad, you might have a hard time. But if everyone's relatively decent gear, then you should have no problem. Okay, 10 seconds, we're going to teleport. So you probably will teleport here, but we should be able to heal first. Okay, this is where the damage comes now. Let's see how it's starting to die a little bit. We should be able to get it. There we go. So it does look like you only have one of those, which is interesting. Let's move on. At least I'll have heroism for Loatheb. My last videos were 10-man Naxxramas, and it was an undying achievement where I did it flawlessly with no bots dying. So this one's a bit different, 25-man, you know, it's more popular version. People prefer the harder one. A bit more fun, I guess, with 25 minutes on. But honestly, things aren't too much different. I would say arguably it's a little bit hard on 10-man, but that's my opinion. Anyway, let's go. If you really wanted to min-max this boss, then you would heroism as soon as you get your first spore buff, because you get extra 50% credit. So when a spore does come in, you don't want to kill it, you want to just stand near it when it comes over to your raid, look at the button. So that's spore. That's that one. Pretty unlucky with the spores so far, which is my talent might actually die. Okay, tank finally died, but the battle res. Top tank takes over. Should be okay. I'm really surprised there's been 0 spawns. This is very unusual. Okay, we got one right at the very end. Messed up again. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't really a perfect run. The tank died twice, but still did just fine. So yeah, if you have, well, like me, I have 2 resto druids, so I had 2 combat reses, which was perfect for that scenario. But still doable. Alright, next one, military quarter. This one's a bit challenging because of the 4 horsemen, but still should be easy enough. Let's blast through this. Could technically speed this up a lot more as well if we actually had like consumables, flasks, pre-pots, etc. And I do not, I'm lazy.
Sounds fine. Too crazy. I have had my tanks die here when the NPCs die. Yeah, it can get a bit dicey.
This boss is just simply brain dead boring. You don't really have to do anything. You basically go AFK for 5 minutes, go make a coffee, whatever, and then yeah, come back and the boss is done.
Fought hard to invade the realm. There is only one way to walk the lonely path.
Say this was a boring fight. Okay, now it's for the finicky boss, the Four Horsemen. This one, honestly, bit of a hit and miss right now. It all purely depends on your gear level, if I'm being quite honest. Okay, for this boss, technically, the raid does auto-position itself, and it will send a few people. But it might take a bit of trial and error just to see what happens, but let's just see what happens, I guess. Let's see who gets positioned, and then if we wipe, then I'll position them manually, but let's just see how it goes. And we have heroism, we want to just blast it from the get-go. Essentially, we want to kill things as fast as possible, so that when we go to the back of the room and we help the very few regulars that are there, they don't die. So I'm going to go there anyway now, because one of them did just die. So the healer's probably okay, but I'll go help the mage. So the rest of the raid is coming. So this is basically a guaranteed kill. Which is good. Just the one left, and then yeah, that's it. Nice and easy. Now it's time for the construct quarter. This one is where technically one of the bosses is not fully supported with the bot scripting and you have to do it manually, but it's still pretty easy. It's actually quite fun to do, so hopefully yeah, I do. Good enough demo on that one. I absolutely hate this room because everyone dies. Lost that again. Now, Patchwerk, he's a bit of an interesting one because he can absolutely obliterate. He's kind of luck of the draw, really. But let's see how it goes. Probably won't have heroism, which is bad. This is definitely one of the bosses where you absolutely do want heroism. But we'll see how it goes. If it's available for the last 30% of his health, that's good. Because as we know, Patchwerk, when he frenzies, he one-shots people. I'm not really a big fan of this bug. Your paladins won't stop spamming Blessing of Might if you have Battle Shout active. I don't know why. There should really be a check. Only cast Blessing of Might if no other buff is present. It's a bit silly. Like, as we can see, it will just keep spamming Blessing of Might. It's a bit crazy, but not a lot I can do about that one. Patchwerk is so slow.
That was a bad idea, shouldn't it? That was a bad idea. Okay, we'll wipe that. I was trying to be smart. At least we have heroism now, so. Wait for him to come back and then we'll go again. Okay, hopefully this goes a bit smoother. Melee DPS I do have to I'm probably going to be dead next. Let's see. We're getting close. We want to save hero. Now I have no off tank, so let's just see what we'll begin frenzying very soon. But I think we're okay here. Even if the tank dies, the range should be able to finish him off. Let's see. Hopefully they have enough dots and whatnot. Please don't fight. I think we're okay. But that was very close indeed. That was not ideal. But yeah, Patchwerk, he's definitely a bit of a tricky one. It wouldn't be as bad if my tanks weren't terribly good. Like, if we have a look. My off tank, for example. Like, the gear is not great, you know? Definitely not ideal for tanking in Naxx 25. Main tank's not too bad, but look at the state of this. Oh my god, not good. I could do with a shield for my main tank, but
quite there yet. We should really give this weapon to him though. In fact,
How generous.
Certainly.
okay, we want to pull these before the boss comes down.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, Grobbulus is not too bad. I have seen it glitch out here and there sometimes, but for the most part, wow, at gold limit, my bots are no longer able to loot stuff because they have too much gold. Me too, but really. Okay, anyway, the boss itself, the mechanics are automatic with the bots, so the tank should move the boss around the room as normal. And if the bot has mutated infection, then they should run out. So let's just see what happens. I'm not going to use hero because I need it for the last boss.
Naturally.
Okay, so yes, this specific pull, it did go catastrophically wrong. I don't know what happened there, so let's just go again. Because that's not normal. That's not normal at all. Let's get I don't know what's going on here, but this is not normal. Something's clearly going wrong there. The tank's not quite moving around correctly. So I'm going to have to do it manually. Okay, that's spawned everyone in poison. It's not good. Okay, we're not in combat, so you should be able to. Oh my god. Okay, hopefully this time the tank does not just fucking face the boss against the whole raid and spray everybody, because that's catastrophic and we don't want that. But I am going to have to wait for him to come all the way back down now, which is very annoying.
kind of you.
Thank you. You are too kind.
Thank you. How generous.
Okay, the boss is coming back.
How kind of you.
There we go. Okay, faced away. Much better. There we go. The reason we kept getting absolutely destroyed at the start was the tank was facing the boss towards the base. It's a slime spray. It hits the entire raid, and because you get hit by it, it will spawn a slime. And obviously we don't want to. So in that instance I had to use the RTSC tool and position the tank to have the boss face to it. Not ideal. That doesn't typically happen. It happens to you when you spend that weight to be able to manually move the tank away. But once you do that, the tank's moving him around automatically. I'm not having to move him anymore after that initial hit. So it's pretty straightforward. Okay, the next boss, honestly, it's just purely a gear check. On 25 man, the bots do technically do the mechanics correctly, and the tanks will position him against the back door and not let any zombies heal up the boss. So in that regard, yes, they do the mechanics correctly. However, when he does the decimate or whatever it's called, it kind of just goes all out the window, and then it's just luck of the draw on what happens next. So sometimes this fight can be a 50-50. Now in 10 man, I arguably think it's a lot harder because they are not programmed to do the correct tactics, and they will just let every zombie heal the boss, and yeah, it's just DPS rates on 10 man. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Should be fine then.
Round 5.
one zombie through, that's fine. So your off tank should pick up the zombie chows. Your hunters should be laying frost traps. And yeah, it's just pure DPS base. Technically, I think you should have 3 tanks for this. However, because our DPS is pretty good anyway, it's not really the point. The tank might die towards the end. If he does, it is what it is. So my off tank. No, well, that's my 2 heals. My 2 rest. Okay. This should still be a nice easy kill though. People are dropping like flies. Yeah, we had quite a few people die there at the end, but yeah, you can't with low DPS. I can see how this boss gets a bit tricky. Is that an upgrade? No, not really. Kind of. Let's let them fight over them. Okay, next boss is where it gets a bit fun.
Certainly.
Takes a little bit of time to prep the raid and position the bots, but it's still pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to want to split the tanks, obviously, one for each platform. First of all, we're going to use these RTSC tools. So you need to make sure if you have this, you can do it all through commands, but the add-on makes it easier. Multi-bot add-on, you get this bar, you click the gear cog for the main control, enable RTSC, and you have all these settings. Like earlier I showed this, you can move your tank, etc, etc. And then these are the ones we want, these location pins. So we're going to click the first one, I'm going to pop it down over there, and click the second one and pop that down over there. And then we want to change the groups around so we have one tank on each side. So in this case, let's have a look at my macro first of all. So we want this one. So right now I have group 1 and 5. That's fine on left side. 2, 3 and 4 go right, and I think that should be fine. I will just move the priest over to let's swap him with the shadow priest. So I've got 2 healers, 3 healers. Okay, this should be good. And then essentially what this macro does is, if I press this now, let's see what happens. So it's going to position all the bots into the correct place based on the marker. So RTSE go 1 is to go to the number 1 marker, go 2 is the second marker. And then the most important part of this macro is NC plus guard. And it keeps the bots in position. If you don't have this, they will go and then they will just run straight back again. So you need to make sure you have that. And then to cap it off, we have DPS, Co plus Friend. And essentially That just means that they're going to stay in this position and they're going to assist in dealing damage. Because you could probably just completely skip this and it will work perfectly fine. Now, my next two macros are these ones, where I basically get... so I need to get... group 2, yeah, that's fine. So group 2 is where my other tank is. So they will start fuging, and then kill left is group 1, and that's us. So let me just quickly put the tank in here. So group 1, me, that'll start this one. And then just those two alone, you don't have to do groups 1 and 5 and groups 2, 3 and 4. I suppose we could do that actually, let's just do that anyway. So group 1 and 5, and then 3 and 4. And then you put those on your bars. I'll target that one, and I'll do 4 and then 3. And then you just want to make sure that you DPS them pretty evenly. Now I have a lot more DPS on that side, so that's fine. I don't know how my team's dying. Now the only tricky part with this is sometimes on the magnetic pull, the tanks can like spasm out a little bit. Like in this case, this is not ideal. The tanks mess up and they fail to get the aggro, but we'll just have to see what happens. Sometimes it's doable like this, most of the time it's not. Let's just see. This is not normal, by the way. I would prefer to just wipe this and start again. However, since this is the hardest part, if we can do it, then okay, I'm gonna wipe it. So let's just wipe the raid. That's fine. Let's release and get everyone back up. And I'm actually going to... What I'm going to do is swap the tanks. So... This one... Yeah, no, that one. Okay, why did it start? Okay, let's oh my god. I don't know what happened. Sometimes this is the frustration part about the Playerbots. Not everything's always completely smooth sailing. You do get hiccups like this, and it does test your patience. Because so many of these little stupid things, like sometimes the bots just have a mind of their own and weird things happen that are not what you want it to happen. It's not ideal. Let's go. And then we'll try again. And with the tanks on, the tank swap this time, hopefully. Sometimes I find that that helps. So let's just see. It's really honestly look at the draw. As soon as the tanks get swapped, they just have to have their taunt not on cooldown, and they can just quickly pick up a new one straight away. And sometimes that doesn't happen perfectly every time. So let's just see what happens. Realistically, it would be a lot better if on magnetic pull the aggro resets, but that's not what happens, unfortunately. Okay, let's position these again. Okay. Why am I dying? Come on, tanks, pick them up. really is not going smooth whatsoever. It's a little bit embarrassing. Right, I'm just gonna wipe it. It's kind of annoying me a little bit. Not ideal. Let's try some of this. Let's just... Right, let's try again. Okay, come on. Where's my... Okay, so is that what is going on? Like, why is the druid not... Okay, this is an absolute disaster. This is not good at all. Come on, why aren't you wiping? Something is maybe wrong. If you're in group 1 in 5, why are you not going to the correct place? Let's try again. Why are you going over there? Right, okay. We'll just manually fix this. I'm glad that I caught that now. You, sir, need to be on this side. Who else am I missing? I'm missing this person. Right. Okay, let's try. Okay, this one did this one. It's going to take a lot of damage, but hopefully it kind of figures itself out. This is not exactly perfectly smooth. Stop DPS. This is an absolute shambles. This is really bad. This is not normal. We're down a few people, but it is what it is. This should still be a kill. This is that was horrendous. Okay, my main tank is dead, but hopefully it's here we are. We have to make do with what we have. Almost there. That took absolutely forever. Very, very chaotic, very, very messy. I hope your tanks are far better than mine, and on the tank swap they don't mess it up. Yeah. 'Cause mine, sometimes, like my last run for example, they did not do that. It actually went pretty smoothly. Yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. This boss, a little bit finicky in my opinion. It used to be perfectly smooth before AzerothCore update broke everything. Where's my... Because I am running low. I need to... Okay, moving on. So yeah, this boss finicky. When it does the ice tombs, just run out of the raid, wait for it to drop, go hide behind it. And then unfortunately, the bots go crazy and they move around a lot, so you have to just keep spamming summon essentially to get them to stay. So anyway, let's see how it goes. It's also not ideal on the tank. Puts it right on top of the ring. It is what it is. You have to make do. Nice. My poisons run out. Okay, so we're gonna wait for the tombs, and then I'll show you how messy it is. Okay, so there's the first one, and yes, see how they run around quite a lot. Okay, not bad. Took quite a lot of damage, but we're alive, and this should be a nice thing. Would help. Tag not face it. Quite a few people dying now. Not ideal. I still think this is a kill, but I might get another dead. That might be it. Let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to survive this, to be perfectly honest. I think this might be a bit of a wipe. Yeah, it's quite bad. I really wish the tank would not have it on us the whole time, because I think that's just making it 10 times worse. Not ideal. These commands are, but I'm pretty sure there's a way you can make him tank it away, but let's just see what happens. We've got heroism now, so it should be fine. Bots also don't like dodging the blizzard either. They kind of just go through it, which is not ideal. Okie dokie, let's see what happens. People are alive. A little bit of manual tank position, but definitely a lot smoother this time. Dying, which is good. not on its tail. Come on, I'm it. Now, final boss. Now, out of all the bosses, the final boss is the worst one, in my opinion. It's so bad that the only real way you can do it is if you just simply AFK. But at least if you're like a melee character. If you're ranged, it's not so bad. But because there's already quite a few melee in this raid, it's a competition of who can stay max range from each other without overlapping with the tank. And unfortunately, if I go in there, then I will overlap with everybody else. So I just essentially AFK the entire fight, and that is the only way I've seen this doable. But a few tips though. The pets of your bots will pull the entire room, so you want to put this command, pet passive. And then the other one is NC plus guard, and that keeps them standing still. And then when it gets to the middle of the room, they don't all disperse and spread around. They stay stacked in the center of the room because that's what you want on phase 1. Now, ideally, I would much prefer to have heroism available for as soon as we get him to around 30%, but I'm pretty sure in 7 minutes we'll be at that spot anyway, so let's just give it a go, shall we? Also, I'm a bit upset that went to... That's a pretty bad trinket, to be fair though. Okay, so boss has begun, and yeah, we just basically AFK this first phase. The boss should just do it all. You could help out with the abominations if you're melee, and if you're ranged, then obviously focus the skeletons, because if the skeletons get to the center of the room, will blow up, and if you're a melee and you get close to Soul Weaver, it will push you back. It's basically AFK if you're melee. Range to or the heavy lifting. But if your pets are not on passive for the bots, they will literally pull the entire room. It's very, very chaotic. And if you don't have the NC plus guard command, they will all spread around the room, and again, it will just keep pulling more. So keep them nice and stacked in the middle, and yeah, it's just basically 3 minutes of AFK. I suppose while we're waiting around, we've got another 2 minutes. I could kind of talk about the server a little bit. This is a very, very, very small community private server, and we have a few people active here and there. I don't know what's going on there. We've got a few people. Yeah, it's fun. It's mostly just regular Wrathful Lich King, but with Playerbots, and the main factor that people like is the fact that we have double talent points, which is incredibly fun. Some situations can make it a bit broken and OP, but it's fun, you know. We don't have crazy world buffs, so we're not dealing even more damage than usual, but the double talents definitely helps. And for certain bots, like the warrior for example, is crazy fun. So you're mostly in a fury rotation, doing Bloodthirst, Heroic Strikes, Whirlwind, but then you have like the full arms tree, and it uses Blade Storm, you get crazy deep wounds, the weapon specialists, and then you have a few in like you can go into the protection tree afterwards as well, and you get a few more good ones, like the Insight, for example, is good to have. So it's just really fun. And then for rogues, it gets very broken very quickly. You basically get all the damage increases for every single ability and raw stats and whatever from all the trees, but you're mostly assassination rotation, and you essentially just spam vanish, ambush, keep your bleeds on target all time, and just rinse and repeat. It's absolutely insane. You do a lot of damage, so that's nice and fun. It adds a little bit of extra uniqueness to the realm. And if you are interested in this realm, obviously you can reach out and give the details for that. Okay, not off to a good start. My healer died already. But yeah, essentially now we're just going to AFK even more because there's already way too many melee characters in the group. And there's a very high chance that you might actually see a white peer as well anyway, because as soon as he does the first frost tombs, it might end up destroying the entire raid. Okay, ideally we want this mob to die. So I'm gonna put that on there so we can get that kill. Okay, we had 3 people hit by tombs. Everyone survived. That is really good. This mob is killing my raid. Finally. So we are 3 down right now, which is not ideal, but it should be fine. It's good that one of the melee died, but I am down 1 healer and 1 hunter, which is not ideal. I think this will be a kill. As long as they don't do some stupid stuff, then yeah, it should be nice and easy. When he gets to 30%, then the crypt guards will come in, and the off tank should. Okay, this is bad. So a lot of the melee got hit by the tombs, but we can heal through it, so that's good.
Watch your step.
Okay, the mind controls are not ideal. Bots might end up. Yeah, okay. So I'm down another healer. Rogue just died. My priest survived. That's good. Still think this should be fine. I could technically go in there and after the next frost blast, I'll probably run in and start doing some damage.
Watch your step.
Now it's just a race. They're dying. Should be fine though. Not going very smoothly, I must admit, and I think this might be alright. We'll see. That might not ideal. It's not really good. I think this is alright.
Watch your step.
He was doing 1.6 million DPS here. Still get this one. That wasn't ideal.
Target you.
Okay, reset. We'll go again. Why did you have to use the battle res on me? Oh my god. try again.
Minion silence! Soldiers called down. Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Why do you feel the need to run off? What on earth is going on? So this is what I mean sometimes with Playerbots. Like, what is that? What on earth has just happened? Like, I just don't get it, man. I really don't. It's so annoying. I'm guessing because we rezzed and I don't know. I think it's a bit that. Like, some things with Playerbots really irks me. That's just some things that just simply cannot be explained. Not a big fan. It just, I don't know. It's just there's so many little minor bugs here and there. Really test your patience. Okay, let's try again.
Minion silence! Soldiers called down.
Okay,
Obey the call
much
of
better.
Kel'Thuzad.
I have no idea what on earth has gone on. Yeah, this is not good. Not ideal. Why are they doing stupid shit? You know? Like, why? There's really no need. Like, oh my god. Why are we doing shit like that? so annoying. I'm guessing because we're trying to res in the room and not actually release it like you're supposed to. That's the only thing I can think of, and fair enough. That is what it is. Then that's fine. Okay. Right, we're all back. This is it. This is going to be the kill now. This video is going to be so long now that we've died quite a few times. I'm actually gonna make I'm gonna make this just to make the tanking a bit better.
Men, servants, soldiers of the cold dark. Obey the call.
Okay, we're bugging out again. This is so infuriating. Why? Like, what is this? This is actually ridiculous. There's no need to be doing this. They have a mind of their own. My tank's basically getting wrecked. Honestly, it's just absolutely. Well, at least we're alive, I suppose. We're a healer down. It is what it is. Hopefully we manage. There it is, another healer dead. Yay. What is going on? This is not normal. But there's no point, no? There's 2 healers down. There's something seriously wrong with this right now. Yeah, something's seriously wrong because nothing's working.
I don't have a target.
Let's log out and get rid of all the bots. And let's form the raid again. Because there's some weird shenanigans. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is what the fifth try.
Silence! Soldiers of the cold dark. Obey the call.
Okay, so far so good. Okay, so far so good. Let's just see what happens with the boss. Let's see what it's like. Okay, we want to.
Watch your step. Sprint.
Okay, I'm gonna move away because he's gonna die otherwise.
Watch your step.
That's so
not too bad. Could be worse. I'm down a healer, which is not ideal.
Watch your step.
Not ready yet.
Watch your step.
Okay, not ideal. Quite a few mind controls there. Survive. I'm gonna pop hero in a second. Okay, we're down another healer. Not ideal.
Watch your step.
Okay, now tanks have got this position. That's a lot of people getting hit there. That's not ideal. Okay. This should be good, I think. This is
Watch your
okay.
step.
But I did notice how the bots, like for example this Ret Paladin over there, is forcibly being stayed out of the melee range because yeah, there's too many. There we go, we finally did it. Holy moly. That took absolutely forever. And as always, the gear is handy. That's it. Wow. That took forever.